Nancy's lesson in humility. In the bustling heart of the city, where towering skyscrapers touch the sky and people bustle about like ants, lived a girl named Nancy. She was the only child of a multi-millionaire businessman and was used to having all her whims and fancies fulfilled. Nancy, being the apple of her father's eye, was always pampered and given whatever she asked for. She was seldom ever refused any request, whether it was for a new dress, a toy, or a pet. However, all this indulgence resulted in Nancy growing up to be a spoiled and arrogant girl. She was haughty to her classmates at school, always boasting about her wealth and privileges. Nancy's classmates found her behavior disagreeable. Her boastful nature and arrogant demeanor drove them away, forcing Nancy to be alone most of the time. She did not just alienate her classmates, but also her neighbors. No one wanted to be around Nancy, and soon, she had no friends. Even her adorable pet bunny could not bear her arrogance, seeing the resultant loneliness of his daughter due to her pride. Nancy's father decided it was high time to teach her a lesson about humility, a virtue he believed Nancy lacked. So, he came up with a plan. He decided to gradually refuse her requests, no matter how petty or substantial they were. This was quite a shift from his usual indulgence. No more new toys, unless you earn them, he told her one day, after she had asked for a new set of dolls. She was baffled, but her father was firm. Next came the refusal of her request for a new dress for a school event. "I think your old dress is quite good, Nancy," her father said, much to her shock. Over time, her father's refusals grew in frequency and extended to all sorts of demands. Nancy was taken aback. She had never been denied anything before. She threw tantrums, she yelled, she even cried. But her father remained unmoved. He realized that it was time for Nancy to understand the importance of humility. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Gradually, Nancy was left with no choice but to adapt. She started to understand that having something did not mean flaunting it. She realized that her father's wealth did not make her superior to her classmates or neighbors. This realization began to change Nancy's perspective, and her behavior started to change too. She started to humble herself. She began to share her belongings, to listen to others, and most importantly, to treat everyone with respect. Nancy's classmates and neighbors began to notice the changes in her behavior. They were skeptical at first, but with time, they realized that she had genuinely changed. Slowly, they started to accept Nancy. She was no longer the arrogant, wealthy girl, but a humble and considerate friend. They started appreciating her company and looked forward to spending time with her. Nancy's father noticed these changes in Nancy and the way people treated her. He was glad that his plan worked and that Nancy had finally learned the valuable lesson of humility. Nancy was grateful to her father for teaching her humility. Now, when she looked back, she cringed at her past behavior and couldn't believe she had acted so arrogantly. She made it a point to thank her father for teaching her a valuable lesson. More so, she made a promise to herself to never let arrogance cloud her judgment again. Nancy's transformation was a testament to the fact that humility is a virtue that can be learned, even in the face of immense wealth. It was a valuable lesson she would carry with her for the rest of her life. The once spoiled and arrogant city girl, Nancy, became a symbol of humility and kindness. Her story served as a reminder for everyone around her that wealth does not define one's character. Humility does. The end.